Welcoming Sushi Monster, thank you. Chillin'. Let's see here. Welcoming only one Care Bear forever. There we go. Duck Explorer Tony, nice to see you. You got who this? Speedy Gonzalez, Speedy Ricks, and Bastox. Hola. Just messing with the instrument. Welcome, everybody. Are you on Spotify now? Lots of teachers on Insight Timer lately. Welcome, Suleiman. Welcoming John, Monica. Welcoming everybody. Bacon Mob. I see Sky Salute here. Susan. Jin. I know this is our earlier stream, but that's what we gonna do around here. I got a lot of music planned for you, but I'm not a musician. I play for sound healing. That's what I realize. At least that's how I see it. I play for healing. Welcoming Jen. Well, Emily and Sean be joined. No, Emily and Sean, we're just meeting once a week now because they need to develop their musical skill. I cannot push them to master. They need to do it on their own. I've done my part in teaching them how to read the energy, how to feel what you're doing. But the technical aspect, they need to practice on their own. This is why and because it takes a lot of effort to meet 3 times a week. We were meeting Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and we all are busy. So now we just meet on Friday and Sundays, which is a lot for working people. I think they're happier, and for them to grow, they gotta do the work. I cannot push them, because when I push them, they will always need me to push them to be better. And what I'm looking for them to do? Serve God, need God, help God, help the universe, help your damn self, love your damn self. Chia. You wanna see something cool? Check this out. Welcoming Selenko. Selenko says, I leveled up spiritually. He says, I leveled up spiritually and no longer feel attached to temporary pleasures. Yet there's a burden of longing for purpose and patience with which is in progress. Can you give me more words of wisdom? You want some words? One, two. Life is a gift from the universe, consciousness of the bliss written in the verse. Mistakes in life is truly not a curse. Just be grateful for life that you're living first. I say sometimes we think we're not in control, but look deep down inside at that loving soul. A smile on the face and a life with goals. Man, I'm in love with life, eating cinnamon rolls. I say life is perfect cause I make it that way. It's infinite and I'm cosmic and I'm here to stay, and shining love and joy with the spiritual ray. Get in line, grab a plate for this love buffet. I want y'all to count 0, 1, 2, 3. Look in the mirror, say I love me. I want y'all to count 0, 1, 2, 3, and look in the toilet, say OMG. I say follow your bliss is the theme to fiend. At times I can love, but I love to sing. I love to do this inspirational thing. I'm motivated by people, Martin Luther King, and utilize the power that was given to you. We're all meant for greatness and you know it's true. So wake up today and look into the blue. There's so much damn happiness to pursue. The clouds are white just like heaven is, and you can even see heaven. Close your eyes in bliss, a brilliant sun to always reminisce. I'm just so damn grateful for a day like this. I go love your damn life. Welcoming everybody to the Mystic Village experience again. We're just getting started, man. I'm not even going on. I mean, this is just the beginning. Okay, well, I'm gonna be here for 5 hours today. Welcoming everybody, Maria, John, you know. So what, we get drunk. So what, we don't sleep. We're just having fun. You heard? I got the money in the cars in the clothes. Can I get some serious advice? That was some serious advice. If you're looking for your purpose, okay, he says, wait, you're not attached to temporary stuff. You're longing for purpose and impatient with the progress. So you're impatient with God. When you're impatient with God or the universe, you want everything on your ego's time. You want to find your purpose according to what your ego wants and needs. You want to find your purpose, but it's not working out because sometimes you're looking with your head but not with your heart. How do you know you're looking at something from your heart or your head? How do you know if you're finding your purpose with your egoic right radar or your spiritual radar? You don't. Sometimes to learn to use your spiritual radar system, you have to get lost, and then when you get lost and you think it just won't work out, at the final second, you tell the universe, I still believe. And what happens? Your issue is you have not been humbled enough. Your ego is looking for how to find your purpose. But to learn to use your heart, sometimes you gotta let the universe kick your butt. Which means that sometimes you try so hard to look for your calling, but the calling is right in front of you, but your ego doesn't want to believe that's your calling. How can my calling just be playing music and talking to people? I'm trying to do more stuff. How can my calling just be listening to people's pain? There's got to be more to it than that. That's not that exciting. I'm trying to start an animal sanctuary, a non-profit, and be like Tony Robbins. There's got to be something sexier than that, says the ego. If you cannot do the little work, the universe is not going to give you the cosmic work. If you cannot open your root chakra, your solar plexus, how the hell are you going to try to open your third eye? But this is basics. How can you jump to 5th grade if you did not pass 1st grade yet? Some people got a double master degree in college, but they're still 1st grade with God. But it's hard to teach them because they're so smart in a human experience, but on a spiritual experience, they're still stuck in elementary because they're trying so hard with their ego because they don't learn to surrender. One, two, three, four. How can you take little steps to unstuck from elementary? We should not see elementary as getting stuck. This is the key. That's a great question. Shout out to Maria, okay? You're asking a really important question because you know why? Many people they're not asking from the purity of their heart. When you ask the simple question, because you're asking a simple question, that is it coming from a humble place. People who know too much, they don't ask basic question. They're asking technical question because they think they already know the elementary. You're humble enough to ask, how can you take little steps to unstuck from elementary and get to college? The secret is not about getting unstuck. The secret is to build from first foundation, root chakra, sacral, solar plexus. Then you go to the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart, right? If you try to jump levels, even if you get to the throat chakra or the third eye, it's going to come crumbling down. Why? You can't skip a grade. But you have to be serious about paying attention. When God is trying to teach you patience, sometimes you're trying to open your third eye. You're like, God, what? You're like, God, I'm trying to do psychic work, dream state. I'm trying to third eye and all this stuff. And the universe goes, how are you going to open your third eye if your chakra is closed from the bottom? You're following what you think is the third eye. You follow what you think is psychic, but you're just making stuff up in your brain and calling it you're seeing stuff. But it's hard to teach people that because some people tell a really intricate story about some fantasy that's more in their head, but not from their heart. That's why people like to sell fantasies. When you watch Hollywood and you watch Doctor Strange, that's a fantasy. People act and play cosplay. But to follow the path of the Buddha and Jesus is really difficult, and that's why people just like to wear costume, buy crystal bowls, buy gongs, right? Buy flutes, buy all these things. But they don't want to cultivate what's within because it's easier to just throw money at stuff, because the wealth of the universe is wisdom. And to gain wisdom, you got to go through experiences over and over, and you got to put in 1,000 hours of meditation, 1,000 hours of sound bath, 1,000 hours of talking to people, 1,000 hours of listening to people. But many people just want to read the book and say, I am now a Reiki master. Okay, let me reset. Welcoming Angela. First time here, so just listen. Nice to see you here. Thank you, Angela. We got Bacon Mob says, my toddler is watching. My toddler is watching and he's bobbing his head. Hey, shout out to your toddler. Thank you, the Beatron, for the recent 36-month sub. Your toddler woke. Mr. Ponge is here. Any advice on how to stop eating junk food? You don't have to stop. You just have to know what is enough. If you don't know how to discipline yourself, it's why your life is not moving up. Everything is made for you to want more Facebook, more TikTok. But you need to learn how to have enough. It's fine that you eat ice cream, just not too damn much. It's fine you eat pizza, just not too damn much. And if I speak any gentler, y'all not gonna take the message seriously. If I just say love and light, Watch your tongue. You have to control your tongue. Are you playing the music using samples? Yes. Oh, see, I got this here. Because the universe says, people taking me more seriously now, and I gotta give it my all. I gotta show up with the best. How can I show up with the best that I got? With the music, with the visuals. If the universe gives you all the tools, but you don't use every tool, right? Why am I doing all this? Like, why am I doing all this? Gio. How we doing? Welcoming everybody. How we feeling? How we feeling? I'm not gonna go into full sound bath mode yet. Just gonna say hi because the energy has been high recently. Why spring season brings more high energy. All we have to do when your energy is high, what do? Slow down. I just wanna get to know me. Slow down, people. When you have a lot of energy and it's all over the place, just slow down. It's gonna be okay. For real. Okay. Welcoming Angie from Seattle. I see a doggy. Maxine Taylor. Soul journey to find peace and love and happiness. Peace, love, and happiness, even if it takes a lifetime. Can you feel the love tonight? Can you feel? Imagine that if you're willing to commit to your happiness for a lifetime, it may just take 3 years. Think about that. If you're willing to commit all your life to find true happiness, like fulfilling true happiness that is here to stay permanently, it may take you just 3 years, 5 years max. And if you are around the right people, 2 years. But it's going to be more than 1 year. Let's just be real. Because 1 year, you know. But when you find true happiness, you become a practitioner until you die. Because true happiness requires you being committed to the art of happiness. There's an art to happiness, which is why there's all these meditative forms in yogas, in crystal bowls and sound bath and flute. All these are different forms that lead to the same thing. Everything is an art form. Card reading, brewing coffee. And if you commit yourself to an art form that helps you to be present, if you master it, your mind becomes clear, because that art form requires all of your focus. Like if you are a brew master or a coffee master, you're gonna wanna you're gonna wanna grind up the beans carefully. You're gonna choose the best beans. Every morning you're gonna brew your coffee to perfection. You're gonna have the presser, right? You're gonna make sure the water temperature is certain temperature. You're gonna make sure that water is Fiji water. When I brew tea and I'm drinking tea that has quality, it offends me that you would give burning hot tea to me. But if you don't know what you're doing, I understand too. If we're homies and you're giving me boiling hot tea, I'm like, oh, it's okay, you don't know. Now, if you're in that tea life and you say you're into brewing tea and you brew water to the boiling hot, like, do you even care about this stuff? You just burned the green tea. How much was that green tea? If it's black tea, it's fine, because black tea needs hotter water. If it's caffeine-free right? If it's chrysanthemum, full heat. If it's oolong tea, what kind of oolong? Is it lighter oolong or darker oolong? What's the water temperature? Are you burning the tea? When I drink it, is it too much caffeine that when we're engaging, it's going to be too much energy? Right? Is that the ego talking or the heart talking? Right? This is why we have to be aware. If somebody's not about that life, understand it. If somebody's not a sound healer and they buy a singing bowl and they play the singing bowl loud, they don't know how to control the energy, they're new to it. But if somebody says they're a sound healer, if somebody starts charging money for sound healing, and when you hear the energy, like, I don't feel it, right? This is why you have to pay attention. Some things, you have to understand where people are coming from. Because not everyone's trying to be a master in that field. Some people just want to play for fun. Some people, they just want to drink the damn tea. But when you see people following the art form, it's different. My sister, my friend Emily Richardson got yelled. Somebody yelled at her one time because she passed a cup of tea to somebody's hand directly. And in the art form of the Japanese Zen tradition, you never pass the tea directly to somebody. And we're like, what the hell is... Damn. That's why we're not hanging out. Right? You have to understand the middle way. The Buddha taught the middle way. Right? We don't want to be so strict that we miss the whole point of compassion, of being present, of enjoying it. Instead of like yelling at somebody because they passed you the cup of tea. We're just drinking tea. We're not part of your cult. But now if you're part of the culture, that's different. That's why we gotta pay attention. If somebody's not in the spiritual realm, I'm not going to be in the present moment, damn it. All I'll do is tell them, but I'm not going to waste too much energy. You know why? What's the point of talking to close-minded people who don't care? But there are witty way, there's artistic way to communicate energy, but you have to use charm and grace and all these things that are more technical energy. The energy of charm is really a unique thing to use, right? Everything that you see in this stream has some sort of this thing called charm to it. The closeness of the mic, the tone of voice. It's like sweet, but it's not in your face. It's like, ooh, it's pleasant, but it's not forceful. Because force is not love, but fierceness. And not everyone is part of your culture, but everyone is part of your family. Because some people who are Christians are going to look at me when I do card reading and say, that's black magic. But the people who understand the art of card reading, they're going to say, oh, he's doing cards. So you have to pay attention and learn to discern. Paying attention is basically the key to all of this. And that's why in the art of Buddhism, it's about awareness. The meditation is the art of awareness. Welcoming Victoria Holiday. I see Lady Peacock back again. Brother John hanging out subtly. Mary's here from the United States. We got Vanessa from LA. Salute. French dancer, guitar, pianist, actor. We got Brother J. Peace always hanging around. Peace is the present moment without judgment. Amen to that. Love Park, Illinois. Oh, shout out to Illinoisers. Just kidding, that's probably not what it's called. I just made it up. Illinoisers. Welcoming Charmaine, nice to see you. We got Emily Proment here too. Suleiman chillin' from Cali. Angela here. Monica always here. Monica's like on a cheerleading team at this point. She's like, love your damn self. Both Monicas. We got two Monicas and they're both cheerleaders. So if you want somebody, if you want children who are very cheery, just name them Monica. So shout out to Monicas. We got Camellia from Canada. Hatchman on Twitch says, how does one go about changing the type of mindset? We're asking deep questions today. It's like do we not need music today? You don't need music? We're trying to get right to it today. Holy. I guess y'all been paying attention. Is this about Buddhism, Tanet? Dang, y'all been paying attention. Okay. No, we're not doing music then. We on. Jill says we always need music. Okay, we're just gonna do a little music, okay? Well, how about this? We're gonna just talk a little bit about what's being asked. We're gonna do some music. And then we're gonna start talking earlier today. Love your damn self, no music needed. Well, when people want to talk, that means we need music. Because sometimes we need to ground the energy first, right? When there's a lot of, right? And so, but the music won't be too long because it means that we're paying attention and we're being, I guess the word is inquisitive. Like we're really curious about this bald, what is he talking about? Buddhism? I've been listening every night to Buddhism online and I find it so helpful. We're going to answer that question second. Hatchman 1990. How does... Full lighting mode now. Welcome Tina, Annette, Jill's here. Shout out to Jill. How does one go about changing that type of mindset? When you say that type, what do you mean? Because, you know, sometimes I don't know what part you... Sometimes I'm on my spiel. Like someone raised in a church, seeing the cards as evil. So are you trying to change other people's perception? Or are you looking to change, like... The answer is, you cannot change other people's perception. Your own, okay. So if you're trying to change your perception along like, oh, this is brujeria, black magic, right? When you see something and you think it's evil, why would the universe and God allow it to exist? There must be some good in evil people. And there's some evil in good people. Yin and yang. Okay? You have to learn to be open-minded. In the beginning, I thought Christianity was bad. But as I became more humble, more open-minded, I started to see I just did not understand the language of Christians because they don't make it simple. Everyone's so technical and like it's confusing. But when you like learn to simplify the Jesus teaching, you're like, oh, this is very similar to the Buddha's teaching. When they say fear God, it's not actually fearing God. It's more like you want to be committed because you don't want to disappoint your own self by doing the wrong thing. That's the fear of God. But when you hear fear God, are you a God-fearing man? You're like, what the hell? I don't have the God of fear. It means that when you're presented with the opportunity to do the wrong thing, being God-fearing means do the right thing. But it's hard to teach that because people talk too much. They don't get the damn point across. That's why you see me talking simple language. I see a lot. Because I came from, when I was studying spirituality, I saw a lot of teachers sounding technical vocabulary because they wrote all these books and sound really smart. But the people who followed them were not, a lot of people use flowery words and high vocabulary, but they were not in the present moment. What? The wisdom is simple, but practicing the wisdom is absolutely difficult because it's every day. So if you want to change your perception about something, you have to be willing to look at both sides, the good and the bad. If you look at tarot cards and you're coming from a place where people said this is some black magic stuff, this is what the Holy Scripture told you what not to do. Okay, why the hell is a lot of people using it if it's that bad? Why are they selling these dang things everywhere? It's on Amazon. It's at the metaphysical shop. Your grandma does it. If it's that bad, why is it everywhere? If Christianity is so bad, why is it everywhere? So there must be some good in it. But not all people are created equal. There are some Christian people who are great people, amazing people. There are some that are evil. There are some Buddhist people who are amazing people, and some are evil, because it's not about their religion. It's about human beings sometimes are just effed up because they come from effed up beginnings. That's just called the human experience. But when we want to label it, we make it political, we make it dramatic, we make it drama, we make it's good versus evil. It's like Hollywood, right? We want to create some fantasy. Nope, it's just like sometimes people are just effed up. We don't want to accept that just the human reality because we like drama. Can you believe what that bald guy is doing? He's teaching our people the bad stuff, to love their damn. He's saying damn. Why is he damning? God would never damn anything. Sometimes people say they love you, but really they're just jealous. And sometimes they say nothing and they love you so much. We just have to pay attention. We expect some things, and when we don't get it, we get disappointed. But when we stop having expectations of how people should be and things should be, everything becomes a lesson. The people yelling at you are trying to teach you something. The people who ignore you are teaching you something. The people you disagree with are trying to teach you something. The people you agree with, everyone is trying. It's like the universe uses everything to teach you something. Are you learning with your heart? Are you learning with your head? Learn with both. Welcoming Salix. He says the cards cannot tell the future. They are based on something called Barnum effect. You can read more about it. Unless you're the master. But let's keep the master out of this. I'm not trying to promote. There are people who can see the future. And if you're blessed enough, you may meet them. But if you're not pure, you have no chance of meeting those people. Nah, I'm blessed. I'm so grateful. I didn't think those people existed either. Until I met the master, I'm like, okay, this is weird. Why is the universe sending me? Like, why is God sending me somebody like this? It's like if the Buddha or Jesus alive and you happen to be in that person, that being's life, it really confuses you because you're like, is this fake? Is this Hollywood? is because you're open-minded enough to arrive in front of the Buddha and Jesus because you believe something within, that you meet a being like that because you're that type of being too, but just not at that level yet. There's different levels, right? There's different levels to everything. And when you look at when you think, man, people like Jesus and Buddha, that's stuff from the scripture. That's the ancient times. But imagine all around the world, there's Jesus and Buddha-like beings who can see the future. But they stay low-key because you know why? People will come to use and abuse them. Absolutely. Why? My business is in trouble. And when Jesus helps somebody, they become to be dependent on Jesus instead of realizing the Lord is within. The Buddha nature is within. God is within. So when there's a being who can help people on that capacity, they naturally get abused. So this is why you have to have boundaries. When I started doing card readings and I was effective, the amount of people came to abuse me. Every time I did card reading, the same person asked me for a card reading every time I live stream. And I realized, if I keep helping people every time they ask me for it, if I give people fish every time they ask, when would they learn to go fishing and catch their own? So instead, the people who learn to fish charge money, and they don't turn it into wisdom. Well, if you want some fish, how about $50 or $100? And then the devil gets in. You corrupt the work. Jesus never charged. Buddha never charged. I love you, don't get offended. Let's see here. What's the other question here? Is this about Buddhism, Tanet? What I'm teaching on here, it comes from the practice of Buddhism. The energy that you feel from this stream come from practicing Buddha and Jesus' teaching, but not in a religious way. Because Buddha did not start Buddhism, and Jesus did not start Christianity. Many people can copy the words of the Buddha but won't practice the word that he teach. Many people will scream, will throw Bible verses at people, but they won't practice being kind to their neighbor. But they'll write a whole book, but don't practice it. But at least the knowledge is there. But to gain wisdom, you gotta practice the knowledge that's being taught. I don't have blind, I just practice something that you can experiment with. This is why I'm not religiously Buddhist. I practice the teachings because the teaching is something that you can exercise. Personally, I don't think God is an old bearded white dude with a long beard or whatever, right? But it could be. It could be a long bearded woman. Could be an alien. It could be anything. But in Buddhism, the Buddha doesn't say there's no God. But the Buddha nature, some people are looking God too far into the sky. But they forget to breathe. Angela says, the one thing I'm trying to practice from Buddhism at the moment is impermanence. A beautiful teaching. Impermanence. Simply, we all gonna die one day. Nothing is permanent except change. The super basics. This is part of the Four Noble Truths. If you begin to go down this rabbit hole of philosophy and teaching, don't just follow the word, but contemplate deeply and apply it to your life. Is it true? Nothing is permanent except change. What is permanent in life? Is it true nothing is permanent except change? Don't just listen to the word and agree. Sit there and contemplate. The sun goes up, down. Where did I come from? I came from my mother and father, egg and a sperm. When I die, where I go? They cremate me or bury me. Maybe the alligator eat me. Who knows? And then my body goes into the river, decomposes. Nothing is permanent except change. See? In the beginning, there's no lawnmower. Now, there's a lawnmower. Why do we need to learn about impermanence? So that you can get over the fear of dying. Many people are scared of death. But everyone will arrive at death in this human experience. But on a spiritual experience, what the Thich Nhat Hanh teach, there is no death. When the cloud disappears, the cloud does not die. The cloud transitions into the rain, the snow, molecules in the air. And that molecule goes down to the ground into the dirt. The animals drink it, humans drink it. After we drink it and animals drink it, it goes down the toilet, down the river. The water is in everything, interbeing. Ooh. But why do we need to know about that? Because to realize that you are a part of everything. Contemplate that, people. Think about that. You are a part of everything. But to actually understand that you're part of the sun, because without the sun, there's no you. There's no planet Earth. Without the moon, there may be no planet Earth. Without your mother and father, your ancestors. Without the water, the carbon, the hydrogen, the atmosphere, there is no you. So without all these elements, you won't even exist. But for you to contemplate that you are a part of everything in the universe, it helps you to be humble and feel deeply connected. When you actually feel that you're one with everyone, why do you think I call you my brothers and sisters? I'm not just saying that just to be cute, because it's the truth. We are all one family. We are all deeply connected like family, which is why I call you brothers and sisters. Right? Because everything is connected. When we all die, what? We're going to dissolve. Maggots come. Everyone's going the same way. Some people, their ashes will be poured in a river. You're going to be in an urn on top of the shelf. Some of y'all won't have an urn. Right? But that's not you. That's the physical you. The real you is in everything. But the reason I don't talk too much philosophy, most people don't even know how to commit to being present in the moment. We like philosophy because it's dopamine. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, impermanence. Ooh, read another book. Ooh, another book. Oh, there's another book. There's another book. But if you can't just practice the teachings that are already here, reading another book is like opening a new map and seeing, oh, that's a new map. It's like if you practice 3 religions at once, there's a lot to learn and you can definitely get lost because you got 5 maps open and they all lead to one place. Which is why I don't try to be too philosophical. I speak in a simple language because I'm here to help you the best I can feel joy, true happiness right now. Because sometimes we're too into philosophy. We read another book, we're quoting the Buddha, we're quoting this, but we won't practice the damn teachings. We'll get another tattoo, but we won't practice what the tattoo practices. We'll get into politics, but we won't learn to heal our relationships in our family. We'll blame people instead of take responsibility. We'll play the victim instead of learn to rise our vibration and forgive. It's really difficult. That's why I'm not here to be cute. If people want me to be cute, there's other streams for that. The work of awakening yourself and healing yourself is so difficult that if I'm not in this energy, why am I even on here? I'm just wasting your time. Positive vibes only, spiritual vibes only, love and light and angels. Oh my God, I feel so uplifted. But you won't forgive your mama. But you won't forgive your father. You won't forgive your ex-husband. You won't forgive yourself. Because that process is really difficult and many people will bypass it by just chasing another high of This is why I use the music to prepare us for the Dharma. Right? We go into a space where our energy is clear and then you get to absorb the wisdom and the knowledge. Which is why the experience is music and Dharma talk. Because for you to sit clearly and relax, it's not for you to feel joy, but in that state of joy, look at your baggage. Look at why you're unhappy. Look at what hurts. Look at why you're unhealthy, and what action do you have to take to change your life for the better? Because many of you are hanging around people who keep you the same and in mediocrity. You're not like depressed. You're not sad. You're just the same and you're just moving up. You're not really growing that much. Every year, you don't really feel like your life is progressing. And it should bug you that your life is not progressing, or at least it doesn't feel. Yes, you may, right? Your work life, you may be getting more benefits from work and all that. But are you truly happy? It's a difficult question to ask. So instead, how do you, Duck Explorer on Twitch asks, how do you know if we're truly happy? That's called an authentic question. And you're being inquisitive. Because you're listening and you're paying attention to the dot. How do you know if you're truly happy? When you look at the overall spiritual community and people, when you ask them, are you lonely? The amount of people that feel lonely is it's very high. Because they don't know that they can be happy alone. There's something that tells them you're not enough. You gotta, if you want to be like yourself, you gotta do this instead of just learning to enjoy the moment purely. But if they can't feel, if we cannot purely enjoy the moment, why? That's the rabbit hole that many people won't do when we meditate. It's good that we clear our mind. Ask the question, why can't I just be happy without the damn weed? Why can't I be happy independently? Because if you need something outside of you to be happy, your happiness is inconsistent. You're going to need somebody to love you. You're going to need somebody to caress you. You're going to need somebody to need you. Because when you learn to be happy with who you are, because you're always with yourself. And if you learn to be deeply and truly happy with yourself, imagine all your life. You get to be happy most of the time, because sometimes life is going to be challenging. It's not going to be happy all the damn time. But to say that you're happy most of the time, congratulations. Congrats. That's the kind of people I'm trying to hang around. Because being happy most of the time requires discipline, practice, meditation, learning to have boundaries, learning when to be open, learning when to be graceful, learning when to be firm. Because you're paying attention to what you need to do to make your life work. True happiness is always now. And nothing can impair, nothing can make that true happiness impair except your mind. The true happiness is always here. The only time when you're not truly happy is if you believe there's a reason you cannot be truly happy. When you let this go, But I don't have a girlfriend yet. Whoa. But I don't have money. I can't just be truly happy. I'm still lonely. I want a girlfriend. I want a boyfriend. But Bitcoin is... I just sold my Bitcoin and it went up. My car is broken. I have regrets. I want to be a healer. I don't know where to start. I'm trying to look for my purpose. I don't know where. You're asking. You're trying so hard to look, but you don't pay attention. You want the answer, but you don't pay attention when God is communicating with you. Pay attention. Your life is always trying to communicate with you, but what? If you keep your radar on, for example, if you are looking for your purpose and you don't know what is your purpose, but you ask God, universe, whatever, I would love to find my purpose. Every day that you wake up, purpose, find my purpose. You don't expect to find it. All you do is hold the intention of, I'm ready for purpose. So your spiritual radar, you set the intention on purpose. And everywhere, every day you wake up, the radar is attracting purpose. And you get a beep. You're like, ooh. Beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Turn this way. Beep, 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 beep. But all this happens here, not here. All of this happens from following this thing. And then in that moment, inspiration happens simply by you paying attention, because you're open to your purpose, but you're not desperately looking, what's my calling? You're open. This may be my calling. This may be. But when you start to feel something, you're like, ooh. It moves your soul. When you feel something is your purpose, your chakra opens. You're like, whoa. Like your energy, you feel deep content. When I see temple sounds on YouTube, thank you, Susie. I'm like, my radar goes beep, 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 beep. Oh, I like sound healing. What is that stuff? You got how can I afford all those bowls and stuff? I don't have money. There goes, I block. Right? My heart says, that's dope. I would like to do that, God. Sound healing and healing stuff like that. But the ego goes, how the hell am I going to do that? I don't have the money to buy the bowls. There goes the ego blocking the way again. But my heart goes, keep going. Right. Thank you, Susie, for your blessing. For some of you, maybe you go to an animal sanctuary and your heart goes beep, 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 beep. Your ego goes, impossible. Some of y'all, you see the hospital, you see the nurse, and you goes, I can't afford to go to nursing school, but your heart goes beep, 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 beep. You see somebody, a stand-up comedian, your heart goes, oh my God, that is incredible. What if I can do that one day? And your ego goes, take the safe route, man. Follow the money. This thing's always guiding you. There's things you need to do. Yes, you need to make some money. But how much are you going to be fulfilled? Too little money, you're broke. Too much money, you don't have time to follow your dream. You have to find a way to slowly improve and get there. Sometimes you want to get there today. Hell no. Like if you think just meditating one day is going to help you spiritually develop to the, it's going to require you committing to your art form, to your discipline. If you think a stand-up comedian is made in one day, the stand-up comedian has to grind when you're going to have to be like, many people have to be not funny on stage. When I started doing sound healing, sometimes 0 people was there. Welcoming Zoe. How did you manage to be here? Oh, no, I was in her stream before, I was in her stream before I got on here. I'm paying attention to what people are doing on here, how the system works. Because I'm looking to infiltrate the system and plant seeds of love everywhere I go. That's why I'm always... But your comments go back over and out. Well, I just been streaming for an hour only, that's why. Not that long. Actually true, I'm on the phone too much, says Salix. Let's see what they've been saying. Sometimes I feel lonely, says Dog Explorer. Sometimes I'm happy alone, so are never really happy all the time. When you commit to leading your life with your heart, the happiness all the time is here. There's going to be conditions that make your brain, your mind up and down. You don't get what you want, wah, you get what you want, yay. But in the chi, the prana, it's pure, uncorrupted. And when you learn to center yourself, you notice, oh, my brain is disappointed. Oh, my consciousness is uplifted. But long-lasting happiness is like a breeze that comes by. A nice breeze that's fulfilling is not always breezy. It's like out of nowhere. Like the lawnmower. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's not. Or the leaf weed whacker. Let's see here. Tina says, on paper, I should be happy. On paper. But inside, I'm sad most of the time. The truth is that you have feelings, but you're not your feelings. When you follow the heart is not positive or negative. The heart just is. You have emotions, but you're not your emotions. You have a body, but you're not the body. You have a mind, but you're not the mind. But when you center your energy, you can observe the body vessel, the mind worrying, anxious, regret. But in the purity of the heart, it's untouchable, it's not moving, it's pure. But if you are sad most of the time, why am I sad most of the time? When did that begin? Investigate your feelings. Right? You have to do the work of investigation that lead to a solution, which is called happiness, contentment, and joy. And when you get stuck in your investigation, sometimes you just need a break. So whenever I'm investigating, can the heart feel emotional pain? The heart that I'm talking about is God's heart. When you center yourself into your divine nature, the Buddha nature, nirvana, there's no up or down. When you feel emotional pain, you can also feel the opposite, right? Emotional blessings. But when we're caught up in looking at only the pain, it's because we're unaware that we have options to look and to observe something that helps us feel more balanced. Our human experience. Now, our spiritual experience, it's always complete. It's just one. But because we are spiritual, having a human experience, it allows us to have emotions that are up and down. Because that's what makes human experience magical. So you, from God's heart, from the Buddha's heart, you can observe the pain, but it's not yours. Your human experience has pain, but your Buddha nature is pure, untouchable. But the ego might not want to believe that because why? Trauma is painful. Trauma is so deep and painful that we think that we are attached to the pain. And if we learn, so it takes time to slowly, in the beginning when you begin to heal your trauma, it feels like this. You just don't want to let go because it's so painful. And you think you're done healing, but you're like, there's more. You think you're done, but you deep down you know there's more. But when you eventually let go of everything, peace, joy, wholeness, Christ consciousness. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to do the best you can and let go. Let go of what doesn't serve you and then serve others. When you have truly served yourself, you will effectively serve others, not just create a cult following that looks positive and acts positive. You get money, but no effectiveness. Not just love and light, but no practical action. People still don't fully heal. There's too much of that going on. That's why I'm here to. And it does piss a lot of people off because nobody's talking about it. And this whole time, this is pure, it's from the heart. There's no, I didn't ask you for money to get this knowledge. You're here on your own will. That's what makes it pure. That art is being lost because people are not practicing the pure way. Why? This makes money. Mother, I feel you under my skin. And then we charge $333 for a retreat. That's why people are stuck at the same level. Because we're thinking we're creating retreats is becoming more business than healing. They get the positive vibes, but we're not going that deep because going very deep requires this right now. A lot of time, and it doesn't see much what we're doing in here. It's not good marketing. Right? There's so much intimate, unconditional loving energy, and I'm not even promoting any. Hey, you can come to this retreat. This is why Insight Timer doesn't allow you to promote anything outside of Insight Timer. Because many people abuse the hell out of it. Why? I got the money in the cars in the clothes. This is why I love it. That's why I appreciate Insight Timer. Now, a lot of people here, some people don't like the way I say things, don't like how I operate sometimes. I'm here for God. I'm here. How can I be effective? How can I help people see through the BS? Because I had to fall for it too. No, I got my organite pendant with the copper wire. I studied the starseed indigo children, crystal children. Studied the ancient pyramid of Giza, which is all prerequisite because you're like curious about what's going on. But the simple wisdom of the ancients, be in the present moment. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Be a good person. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. Unless you're stealing to help people. Somebody's dying, stealing some alcohol to help treat their wound. It's all good. But if you steal because of greed, because again, I tell people this, the master tells me, help your people. And I'm like, Thai people? My vocabulary in Thai is very low. Help my people. And I realized my people is spiritual people who are lost in spiritual fanaticism, which is worshiping the guru, worshiping different things, and creating retreats that doesn't always lead to effective healing, but it does help. But it doesn't lead to complete healing a lot of the times. And for me to say this pisses some people off because some people here are creating retreats and they know exactly what I'm talking about, where you charge $333, $444, $555 for something doesn't all lead to complete healing. But it's better than nothing, which is a low standard. Where's the peer people? Behind a Patreon wall? People are following the mushroom ceremony. We'll create a cult around a substance. But to show up and meditate and be present in the moment, there's no upper for that. We want dopamine, but to learn to face our pain is difficult. Which is why I start with music and then we go deep. Welcoming Jane. Right? Excellent. Ryan says excellence, integrity, and no more strife. Hey, shout out to Ryan. Duck Explorer says, so if I'm sad because a loved one is sad, I'm not really sad. You're sad because you don't realize that your mind is sad, your ego is sad, but your true self is pure, cannot be sad, cannot be uplifted, because the divine is just pure light. But this is, again, these concepts are hard to teach in words. You have to learn to go into your own journey and practice. This is why, again, that's why I keep things simple and focus more on like life, developing and talking about practical things, because when we get into spiritual philosophy, if you simply just continue to meditate and slowly be open, you'll naturally find your way. But the moment you start to think, I'm a master, I know everything already, you're effed. I'm a leader, I lead the mystic village. I have HTX meditation. I'm a teacher on Insight Timer. Check your damn ego, people. If you don't check your ego constantly, the devil got involved already. If you have been blessed where you get to talk to people, you have to make time to be quiet with people too. There are so many groups nowadays that have so much dopamine, and it's such a highly charged, stimulating dopamine that most people don't know how to just and be with their body, be with what's going on in the mind, and just sit there and be with your being. So when we create spiritual events, there's always what? So much dopamine. It doesn't always lead to healing. You feel you're having fun. It's just a different type of club. It's an organic club, right? You can constantly be distracted by practices. But even if you never face the root the dark seeds that you've planted in the past of doubt, fear, worry, guilt, and pluck it out and look at it and learn, I'm attached to women because my mother abandoned me when I was young. Because she got abandoned too. I'm ready to love myself. I'm ready to be with me. Oh, growing up, my family never hugged me. They don't say I love you. I grew up looking for sex, looking for intimacy because I did not get it in my family. So I look for intimacy with women because I did not get it growing up. This is why I'm attached to the physical. You learn to be happy with who you are without needing. So you learn a lot of, again, you gotta meditate and contemplate. Again, not everybody's about that life, but so if you want to progress in your life, in your spiritual life especially too, and even in your human life, if you just sit there and just be with your thoughts and feelings about how you really feel about things, without judging right away, sometimes you just need to observe before you make a decision. And if you don't have the space to observe, you just react to things. You live a reactionary life without learning to slow down and make clear actions from understanding. Right? So when you slow down, you see the big picture. When you live a reactionary life, you react because you've been hurt. You react with irritation because that's what you always done. And you learn that from who? Your parents or your environment that taught you when things don't go your way, you should do this and that in a negative manner. But as you begin to practice meditation, oh, my mind is being pouty today. My mind is whiny today. Why? Oh, I'm not getting what I want. And my mind's being pouty because I don't get what I want. But at least let me be grateful for what I got. That's my people. You know what I'm saying? You might not get what you want, but be grateful for what you already got. You want a new job, but be grateful for what you got already, people. Let me use the restroom and then we'll do some music and then we'll continue with more Dharma talk. We're doing a 5-hour stream today, so I'm not here to be cute. Sometimes. Okay, when I come back, I turn the mic up. Check 1, 2. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Doggin'. just kidding. Hey, shout out to Snoop Dogg. I have something that I'm experimenting with, a new app. I hope you enjoy. Okay, watch the volume. I have the microphone setting wrong. Okay, so just watch your volume. I'm gonna move it to high quality on Insight Timer, okay? Check your ears. Should be better now. Welcoming Dogmaster, Nell, the Silent Virgo. So ending this stream on Insight Timer. I'm gonna restart. Decide, do we want more music or are we gonna do more card reading or Dharma talk? Okay, so decide on the next stream. So I'm gonna end this one and I'm gonna start the next one. Okay. Boom. Of course, if everybody, okay. Mystical music part 2, I think. So we're gonna have to end the YouTube and restart the YouTube because that's how you edit using